It looks like the Joker's been lips in my cup. Hi guys, girls, non-binds, welcome back to my channel. I am Leah Solmaz. I did actually have COVID, so that's why I've taken a couple of weeks to kind of get myself better. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to getting back into the routine of posting something every Thursday, some kind of video on a Thursday. So yeah, this particular video, I would like to talk about authenticity and why it is so important, especially in this day and age, to be more authentic. I think today, this society that we kind of live in, this world, modern day society, kind of promotes uniformity. It doesn't really promote individuality or authenticity, especially with the likes of social media. I nearly blew a bubble. But you know, this video is all about authenticity, and yeah, I usually put these things in the bloopers anyway. So what is authenticity? Well, it's that kind of thing of bringing your inner voice to match your outer voice. I believe every single person out there is kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde almost. You have two sides to your personality. A lot of people have numerous sides to their personality, you know, it's not just 1, 2, 3, it's kind of 7, 8. As we all know, behind closed doors, we're not the same people that we kind of portray on social media. You know, this video, for example, you know, I don't always wear makeup at all, and sometimes I look like a right scruff after work, you know, like my hair tied up and I've got dirt on my fingernails and things like that. Because I know so many people are kind of fed up with the way social media is and how people portray themselves on there. So I think the way to change that is to actually change how you portray yourself. With myself, I do try and be as authentic as possible. I believe in keeping my personal life personal. Occasionally I'll kind of tell people what's going on in my life, but I kind of exclude how I feel sometimes, which isn't being authentic. I do get stressed, I do get angry, I do get sad. So this is what I mean by being authentic. It's kind of acknowledging all aspects of yourself and not being ashamed or afraid to show those to other people, because I think this is exactly what the world needs, I guess. So how can you be more authentic in your everyday life? Quite simply, live your truth. And I don't mean being as honest as anything, you know, honesty is quite a dual complex thing itself. I do believe in honesty to a point. Honesty and authenticity are very different things. Authenticity is living your truth, being who you are. Honesty is divulging information, and sometimes you do have to be strategic with information, especially when it comes to a threatening situation, you know, something that could cause harm to your life or disrupt your life in any way, or cause harm to someone else. It's best to kind of be tactful about what you share. The best way to kind of live your truth is kind of to get back to that almost childlike version of you. So what did you want to do when you were younger, you know? How did you see the world? I think it's not being afraid to share your passions. I think a lot of people are too scared to say if they enjoy doing something, in case it's kind of perceived as being that thing of being childish or like just not normal. Sometimes it can be painful to live your truth, especially when you are surrounded by people that don't understand you and your truth. So when I say your truth, it could be anything from your sexuality, your passions, your race, your culture. So I'm going to give you some tips on how you can be more authentic in your everyday life. That was so cheesy, oh my god. So, first and foremost, tip number 1, find out what you like and what you don't like. This is very much part of the game of life. This is kind of like rule number 1. You've got to find out what you like in life and what you don't like. For a lot of people, they like being happy, and for a lot of people, they don't like being sad. It's very much that kind of like simplicity behind it all. So you've got to find out what makes you happy, be it your passions, be it the places that you're in, be it like the people around you, you know, what lights you up. Oftentimes it's through learning what we don't like that we find out what we do like. Tip number 2, stop comparing. That's it. Just stop comparing. Stop comparing people, stop comparing yourself to people, stop comparing your life to someone else's life. I think we've got to realize as people that there is only one of us, and this is the beauty of being you as a person. You know, there is only one of you, so what can you bring to the table that's different to other people? That is kind of how you've got to look at life. This is where my love-hate relationship with social media comes in. I find it so detrimental and toxic to people that it does promote this comparison culture. So yeah, getting back to you as an individual. I think as people, we do need to have more self-belief. The best way to do it is to kind of look at yourself as a brand and do a SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis is used in business plans, actually. SWOT actually stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And if you were to do a SWOT analysis on yourself, I think you'd be surprised at how well-rounded you are as an individual. And it's just about bringing that all of those aspects of yourself to the forefront. Tip number 3, be what you want to see. This is, I think, the only way we can kind of have any change within this world, is kind of being the change. You know, if you want people to be more compassionate towards you, you've got to be more compassionate to other people. This whole world, realm, whatever you want to call it, is very much a mirror reflection type of reality. So you will get what you put out. Tip number 4, go against the grain. Don't conform. I know how hard it can be to go against the grain, to kind of stand out from the crowd. You know, I think it's so much better to stand out rather than fit in. I get such a weird little buzz from being like a quirky, unique, bizarre, like misunderstood almost individual. The benefits of going against the grain, you haven't got to hide any aspect of yourself. You're refusing to be put into a box, because we're human, we are multifaceted, like emotional creatures, you know, we don't fit into one box. So how can you combat the fear of going against the grain? I think it's really important to remember that even brave people are sometimes afraid of doing things, but it's that little jolt of inspiration and motivation that kind of pushes you forward into the unknown, because that's very much where fear is born, in the unknown. Tip number 5, realize you are constantly growing as a person. As long as we've got breath in our lungs, we are constantly growing and changing and adapting, and that is the whole point of life. It's to learn as much as we can. So when you think you've reached that point of knowing yourself, knowing things and knowing where you want to be, I think it's really beneficial to kind of just leave that little entrance, I guess, for something else to always come in. I think it is very much that thing of being open to everything and anything, not trying to control anything, because you are growing, so you can't control growing. You can try to. But yeah, that's basically it. I think being authentic, it's finding out what you do like, what you don't like, and establishing those boundaries, I guess, to the world. Because I think when you're not being authentic, you kind of are open and susceptible to being used, I guess, by people and by situations. And you know, the situations that you'll find yourself in if you do try and hide any aspect of yourself can be very painful, I guess. I hope this video helped. I don't know, it's a bit of a ramble, I guess. If you did find that helpful, do subscribe, guys, girls, non-binds, and if you have any questions or any tips, tricks, any knowledge you want to share, do share it, you know, down below. Just drop a comment. There you go. I'm going to totally wrap this video up because I need to edit this, and God knows if I can make sense of it. That's it. Thank you for watching. Stay awesome, stay classy, be kind, and yeah, don't be afraid to be you. because you are awesome. There you go. Bye. I think I've still got COVID brain. I can't think. So with I sound like Kathleen Turner in her heyday. To get really killed. That's not a word. Wow. Okay. Very, all the world in the time. That does not make sense.